Before ending this section of conditional statement, let's start with a quick look on or, and past statements. These are something which we are going to use extensively in our upcoming videos. Let's start with or. So let's start with or. So the logic behind or works in a way that if both the conditions or either one of the condition is true, then it is gonna return me back true. So if there is condition 1, then there is condition 2. If either one of these return me true, then it will just work or return back me a complete true statement, else it will return me false. So what I mean is, if it is true and if it is true, then it will return me true. Again, if it is true and it is false, then it will be returning me true only. Again, if condition 1 is false, condition 2 is true, then again also it will return me true. But if both of the condition are false, then it is gonna return me back false. You can just have a look on this one. So if condition 1 is true, returning me back true, and condition 2 is also returning me back true, then we will be getting a complete answer of true. Else, if condition 1 is true, 2 is false, we are going to get true again. Again, condition 1 is false, condition 2 is true, we are again going to get true. Same thing, if we have both the condition false, that is false or false, will be returning me back false. Let's have a quick look on and then let's jump back into our Jupyter notebook. And works in quite a different fashion. Again, we have an example where we are having two conditions, condition 1 and condition 2. If both the conditions are true, then only it will return me back true, else it will return me back false. So t, if condition 1 is t and condition false, condition 2 is also returning me true, then only it will return me true. Else, if any one of the conditions are false, then it will return me back false. As we can see over here in this quick box, true and true is true, true and false is false, false and true is false, again false and false is false. So only if both the conditions are true, then only it is gonna return me true. Now let's explore all this concept deeper into our Jupyter notebook. Now let's start with or. Let's name this section as or, converting into an markdown cell. Now let's take an example where A is 300, B is 30, and C is 500. Now we are going to write two conditions. If A is greater than B or A is greater than C, then it is going to print at least one of the condition is true. If I execute it, it will be giving me back at least one of the condition is true. So what exactly is happening over here is, let's say A is 300, okay, B is 30. First conditions we are going to check, 300 is greater than B. So 300 is greater than 30. So yes, 300 is greater than, so it's going to return me true. Or, and then A is greater than C or not. 300 is greater than 500 or not. So it will be a false. If I execute it, it returns me back true, right? So completely it will be returning me back true. So if true, then this condition will be executed. So similarly, we have and. Let's convert it to and what I can do is I'm gonna copy the full code, paste it out, and just gonna change over here with and. So right now you can see that I have successfully executed it, but it is showing nothing. Why? Because we have to have both the conditions true. So let's say true and false. So first one is returning me back true, and then the and keyword, and then we have false, just as we have in logic gates. And if we execute it up, it will be returning me back false. Let's look into one more example. A is I'm going to take 200, B is 30, C is 500. Back again with the same thing. Now I'm going to check if A is greater than B and C is greater than A, then it's gonna print both the conditions, are true. Let's execute it. So yes, successfully you have gotten out the fact that both the conditions are true. So 200 is greater than 30, so it's going to return me back true. And C is 500, 500 is greater than 200 or not. Yes, again it will return me true. Let's execute it. We are going to get true as the final answer. So if true, then whatever expression you have written inside of it, that is the print block, it will be executed. So that's all for and or. Before ending this video, I want you guys to have a quick view on pass statement. Pass statements. Let's change it to markdown. So if statement cannot be empty. If we have gone through all of these, you have seen that I haven't kept anything empty. We have always written something. So here is a if block, and after that we have written out something. So it is not possible to keep these empty. Okay, but if you for some reasons have an if statement with no content, then you can just put in the pass statement to avoid getting an error. So what I meant by this is, let me create some cells. If I'm going to just write true as of now. If true, if I try to execute it, it will be syntax error, that is unexpected EOF while parsing, because we cannot keep this empty. We have to write something inside of this. So I'm just going to print true. But for any XYZ reasons, if you want to keep this empty, so you can just do if true, then you can just write pass. That's it. It should be working just fine. You can keep the if condition just empty just by writing out the pass block. So that's all for conditional statement. We have gone through a lot of things. We have gone through if statement, we have gone through indentation, we have gone through if else when we have two conditions. Again, we have nested if when we have more than two conditions. Then at the end we look into or and at the end we looked into pass statement. All of these have been curated along with the theoretical aspect into your notes part. So notes have been already provided. All the notes are in Jupyter Notebook itself. You have to open the file from notebook environment. So these are the notes of conditional statement. Go through it. At the end we are having some homework exercises for you for getting out some hands-on experience on this. So best of luck for this. We'll meet again in our next section when we start with looping problems.